Well, hello there. It's Friday
Hey,
night. It's
what? Hey,
Seth.
Charles. Charles, 75, and
Oh my, how are you?
I appreciate your company, my good friend and good sir. How is
Same
the
here.
internet treating you this fine day?
Generally pretty kind. Generally pretty kind, I think.
Well, jolly ho, on with the show.
It is Friday night. That means 8 o'clock. It means Guitar Safari.
Hold on, it's not 8 o'clock anywhere.
It's 8 o'clock where I am. I don't care
Oh,
what.
good God! In a time,
We're going with it.
in, do you guys have daylight savings time? That's a good question.
Yes.
No, that needs to stop. Like it needs to stop now. And we have the same thing, and it just needs to be over with. Why?
I don't know. We it doesn't matter. We make our own light these days, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Well, no, it does matter because we pay for the light we make. The other light, this light, doesn't send me any bill. This guy up here, he's just going off all day. Not during the night, but all day. He's just working for me. But then it goes around the corner, and I'm like, oh, shoot. Now I got to go to Pacific Gas and Electric. And they are unfriendly with their bills.
Yeah, I think electric companies are out of control these days.
I can't go on Safari. I'm trying to go on Safari. I wanted the Safari for Squires, Charles.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing good out there. But I'm sorry, I'll get off topic immediately, but that's kind of me trying to be polite.
Well, it's not really off topic. I mean, you consider, our topic this evening is, is it time to go on Safari?
Yes.
Or you're good with the gear you got, right? And and really, let's talk about why tonight.
Yes.
But before we get into all that, let's see who we've got in chat.
Before we open the door, we got to see who came by.
All right, so we've got our buddy Michael
Guitar
Krause.
Safari right there, Charles.
Yeah.
Like that, that was classic.
Is that a classic? It goes in the vault.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I mean, what I'm saying, like back in the day, remember we didn't have a theme song, and it was Guitar Safari, it's dangerous, and so I was just saying, it was classic. It was
so a blast from Seth there
from the past.
So Michael Krause was first in the chat, and he says, "Yes, I've got much more gear, and I will be buying more."
Michael Krause in the house. Buying more gear. Yes, I agree, Michael. Now's the time. Buy it.
To some degree, that's true of everybody, I think.
Yep.
But and Ryan OU812 says he's always on Safari.
I love that. I am
that guy, I believe it for sure.
But I always leave my wallet at home for some reason. Damn it!
That's
you know what I passed today on my bike, and I could have went and stopped it and just went and picked it up, but I just rode by it and said, screw that. You know the little tiny things they say Marshall on them, but they're like a tiny little Bluetooth speaker?
Yes.
Somebody had left one on the curb. And you know me, I'm usually a curb kind of guy. But I felt like that was something that someone might come back for.
Yeah, it's probably something they were using and left there and forgot about.
Yeah, like they were working and whatever. So I was like, I'm just going to leave it because I'm not going to feel good about having it. If somebody, well, who knows? I just skipped it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I was just saying I skipped it. I decided not to pick up the free little Marshall thing. It probably would have been cool, but skipped it.
There you go. Dennis Ellis is saying hello. He wanted a Gretsch for years, and all the good deals 3 or more hours away, and one of his bandmates got a guild.
Nice.
And he said he was looking for something with P90s. He said if I wanted the guild, he'd let it go. But then he continues the story down a little bit further, and he says, that's not what he said. He says, so I have a guild Starfire.
Oh, yeah,
Jet 90, Jet 90, and he really likes it a lot. And does anyone really need a guitar with 3 P90s? Maybe I did, but I'm glad I did.
Right? Yeah, that's killer. I wonder what those middle positions sound like.
Yeah, it must be interesting.
I mean, I haven't heard it, so I mean, I'm sure we can look it up nowadays. That's something fun that nowadays you're like, well, I wonder what that sounds like, but you can look it up. But that's great.
And we got R2R3 Locking Nut. He was in earlier, and he says, I'm always at work. So I don't know if he can't go on Safari because he's always at work.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're always at work.
He can't be here necessarily.
R2.
But so he made his way in.
Walking nut.
And Earl Coley,
What up?
who we all got to meet in person not too long ago. He's got a confession. He says, I've been watching guitar porn on eBay again. He's an addict. And this form of guitar safari can be dangerous. And so he needs some kind of a 12-step program for sure.
Yep. eBay. eBay is dangerous because everything's under $300, and that's that trigger point that everybody wants to just go grab it. I get it. You know who I've been really enjoying their content so much lately, and I'm thankful, is the Scar My Guitar.
Yeah, I've enjoyed that channel quite a bit.
Who was it that turned me on to that? I think that was Randy or Hobo or one of our crew that said, Seth, you got to go check out Scar My Guitar, and I did, and I like it.
Well, it's a channel that I began watching early on and have enjoyed, and can keep going back there every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got Cushman NYC. He is in the chat having a great time.
What up, Cushman?
Hello to everybody. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
And Patrick Chites is saying good day to everybody.
The way it should be. And
Search for Stone said, good evening, everybody.
What up? Hold on, I'm searching.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't it. Damn. I had to keep looking.
Stone is a new channel for me, and I've been watching a bunch of his videos, and the guy's got a sense of humor. He's
I want to go check it out. I was searching for titties.
Okay.
Next topic.
And time surfing alien with the best avatar ever is saying
nice. Yes. Everybody? He looks like he's climbed to the top of a mosh pit. Like he's about to get on stage, like through the other, like, hey, I'm coming up, I'm playing bass.
Or there's a whole Jim Jones thing going on there with with all the little aliens.
I love it.
And our buddy Martin from L&M Guitar Corner, they've been putting out some great videos from Guitar Summit with him and Lucas and their buddy Franz that went over there. And our buddy Laz also had made an appearance over there at Guitar Summit. So
that's great. I heard it was awesome. And I have seen a little bit of KDH's content from there. But I haven't seen theirs yet. I need to go check it out immediately.
And Vox Guitar Rocks wants to know, why is the rum always gone?
Damn rum. Well, because it evaporates faster than other liquors, right? It's just an evaporative material. You just got to just keep that lid on it. Mm-hmm.
Our buddy Unfucking Believable has made his way in, and he says,
what?
I'm never good on gear. He's always on the lookout for
always
something.
On the luck. Yep. If the right thing comes through, you should always be ready to strike, right? Always be ready to strike. But I haven't been on like the hunting and searching, like in need to fill a void since the last thing I bought was a chorus pedal. So that was a while ago.
Yeah. I'm in a position, I think now, where I'm not actively looking, right? I'm not looking every day and searching the interwebs and seeing what's out there.
Right.
Every once in a while, I do log on to the Facebook, usually when I'm talking with Ben, and I'll start looking at the Gretches there and see what's available.
What the market locally is.
What's locally sitting here holding on to. So kind of keeping myself aware of what prices are. Yep. I have the one pawn shop in town that I really like that is, the several of the guys work there are guitar guys, and so they bring in decent stuff.
Right. When they see it, they make the right call and get good stuff in there.
Definitely. And so, every once in a while I will visit that, but it's not a regular thing all the time.
I haven't bought from a pawn shop ever for a guitar, I don't think. Maybe I should go to more pawn shops.
Deals aren't as good as they used to be, especially since a lot of the pawn shops have conglomerated into big companies. There are like the mom and pop ones where you can really make the really great deal, but the deals are there if you know what to look for and you build relationships. And that's where it really comes down to, is the building relationships there.
Right? Yeah.
And our buddy Wayne McConnell's made his way in. Appreciate
What
it.
up, Wayne? What's cracking, dude? Thanks for coming through.
And searching for tone, it says, unfucking always. One guitar away, one pedal, one amp from the right amount.
Right amount.
Right.
It's always plus one. Exactly.
You think you got, how many tellies do you need? The number you have plus another
plus
one.
Mm-hmm. T plus one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Blue Mox is streaming here, watching there. Oh, all right then. Appreciate that.
Streaming here, watching there. Nice. Thanks for rolling through, Blue Mox.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Martian Murray's made his way in.
Damn. So many people. Martian Murray, what up, dude?
You know, I'm rethinking this avatar here. I think he should have 2 M's.
Double M. Well, because that's kind of the one from work. That's the way that Google does you. If you don't give it something, it just gives you I don't get a SP. I just get an S. I think I just get an S. It doesn't do my last name. Yep.
And our buddy Ben Coombs has made his way in. Saying
hello, Ben.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the West Coast is reporting with Hip Metalworks. Hello there, Hip.
Very cool. What up, Hip?
And hope you're having a good evening. Let's see. Keith H is here.
Oh, shoot. What is up, Keith? I love that headstock. And
Keith is saying we need that light for those farmers. Okay. I guess it goes back to that comment on daylight.
Nope. No, they got some good tractors now with halogens that collectively are going to cost those guys less than it's going to cost all of us. I'm just saying, I don't hate farmers. I respect farmers. My dad in Maine still lives on a farm in Maine. So that's a thing. But we need to get rid of this daylight savings time, flipping the times back and forth. Let's just have a stable time.
Some people are really passionate about it one way, both ways, right? And some folks, if you're in Arizona, you just don't do it. They just don't.
Because Hawaii doesn't do it because they're smart.
Yeah. Well, our buddy John DeShane has made his way into the chat. Hello there, John.
What up, John? What's cracking, dude?
Awesome playing by the Yo 812 group last night. Really great show.
I was way too busy to do the internet, but I really wanted to so that I could unwind. Boop, boop.
And BC Rich is here. He says, good to go with a bunch of questions marks. He's selling all he can, save for guitars, though he might try one this weekend. So
cool.
Maybe he thinks he is.
I did a purging of all that
sales for him lately. So
yeah.
Those guitars are still running low a bit. It is quite. I think right now we're really kind of in a buyer's market. I think you're seeing prices soften quite a bit.
The market is so flooded. It's like it's worse. I mean, it's too soon to say anything about areas recently that may have flooded because it's tragic. But it's like guitars. That's how many guitars there are. There's a lot. It's a lot of guitars. A lot of big factories.
And our buddy Martin, he is on the mobile, and so he knows everybody saying hello to him. He'd love to say hello back, but no tagging on the mobile for him right now.
Right? I mean, I love saying hi to everybody, but sometimes I'm just like, you can or you can't. And when I can, I usually do. I put all the devil hands in between everybody's name. Yeah. But there's sometimes I'm just listening and I might be able to say something real quick, but then I can't say even say something back to somebody that comments to me and says, hey, Presley, what's up? I'll start and I'll put my phone down, especially because, I watch Ben's show and your show and a couple other shows, but then I'll put the phone down and walk away with the thing in my ear. So I'm still listening. And then my wife's like, are you listening to me? I'm like, yes.
No.
Yes, I am.
It's like, I'll let yours usually cooking a lot when he's watching some of these shows, or I'm out in the garage working on a project. So I get that. Guitar Man 45, Bo has made his way in saying hello to us. Mango.
Look, man, I'm in California, dude. We are fruity as hell out here. That's what we do. We drink mango bubbly water, and then we had a little bit of almond fluff on top of our avocado toast.
Out of the interest of our friendship, I'm keeping my comment to myself.
Just saying, it's okay. I've lived here almost my whole life.
All right. Let's see. I saw a name. Scott Brockway. Zola.
I saw a name. Scott Brockway. That's the beginning of a musical. Da 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 da. Scott Brockway. He's here today. I heard a name. Come on, can you get the melody?
Tone's apparently got a guitar on the way. He just won an Epiphone Dot today. A channel called Daily Guitar Draw.
So they just got a bunch of subscribers. I'm going there. Hold on. Show's over. You're going there. Click. And you just see my laptop screen come down. Click. Where'd Presley go? He needs to get a free damn Epiphone is what he needs.
That is really cool. That is really cool. And Steve Bresser says hello to everybody.
What up, Stever? I now realize that your guitar is not a left-handed guitar in any way. It is a right-handed guitar, maybe in a case on the floor, and the picture is now oriented in that direction. And if I were laying this way, I could play it.
There you go. It's possible.
Yeah. This is right. Because remember, I was like, are you left-handed? Like a week ago or something. He's not left-handed. It's the orientation of the picture.
Okay. Paul McNary says hello to all the peoples out there. He's listening while having a rant in another group. More on that later, I hope.
Let him have it. Let him have it, especially if they're little punk asses like KDH, who too many people watch that guy's channel. He's a prick. At least that's what my buddy Ben says, and I believe Ben for the win on that one. Sorry, KDH. Kind of wanted to hang out with you a little bit, and I don't know. But Ben says you're a prick, so you can fuck off.
Well,
Paul, sorry. I wanted to rant too. He said rant.
You just wanted an excuse to let yourself go. I know. I get it.
Okay. Boy, I feel better. Come on, Charles. Give us one.
He brought two amps the other day.
Oh, what? Who did?
Hey, Scott Brockway. He bought 2 amps the other day. He's not telling us what they are. He's just And poor Unbelievable. He's house sitting this weekend for 4 dogs, a rabbit, and a fish. It's pure hell.
Well, what does that get you? Because we're in the area. It's like $40 a night for a dog, for one. And I don't think it goes down much. The more dogs, maybe a little bit at 3 dogs. So you're like 120 a night. Pretty good. Now
this one, Hober Roadie always gets me with his comments. But he says, I've got less than a dozen amps to go and maybe a couple dozen of speaker boxes.
That's all you need. I get it. A couple dozen.
Then I can afford a couple more guitars.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotta love it.
Oh wait, are you selling, Hobo? Because last I knew you're a collector.
He is quite the collector. Now he does let stuff go, but I think he's trying to have all the toys.
Yep. I thought of letting amps are harder to let go for me, I guess, than guitars.
All right, so Scott says all those amps. He got a Dean Markley RM80DR and a 90s PV Classic 50 head. Ooh,
nice.
The 50 head, that's loud.
Yeah, well, Classic 50 is loud, but I mean, it's loud. It is loud.
Well, I guess it's only loud if you have the cap, since he has the head. So,
but I mean, it's loud, but it's still fun. Mm-hmm.
So he has real tube amps now.
Yeah, that PV will kick. That Classic 50. That's one of the amps that we had in the front of the shop in Petaluma for the when you pick up, test your guitar.
Well, and he says, they're a little bit filthy and need work, but maybe, he'll make some restoration videos about them. That'd be kind of cool. Love to see it.
Right?
And Unbelievable said the last things I bought was a low rent Gretchen Strat. They weren't low rent, I'm telling you.
I mean, come on.
He got that Gretchen. I didn't. But that's okay.
There's an amazing Gretchen in my area for like $1,400, but it's beautiful.
There is a really beautiful Nashville Gretsch in my area going for 1,700 right now that I know I could get for less.
Mm-hmm. That's just amazing.
And it's that blue and gold, blue with gold hardware, Nashville.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. An attenuator, you got to get one if you're running, big amps in a small space. You don't have to get one, but it depends on how much you want to crank your amp.
And Ben is quite right about that Guitar Man 45 for sure.
About what? Who? With what?
I'm not giving it the justice on a thing. I want to keep it positive.
All right. Well, all right. We can be positive, but we could be a little mean. Come on.
Hey, Bonkers, how you doing? Welcome in, buddy.
Sometimes, I don't know.
So Scott likes to use OfferUp and Craigslist to find stuff. So,
yep.
Been guilty of those, for sure.
I got my Kramer was initially on Facebook Marketplace, I think, was the first. My Carbon, I mean.
Hey, Gear Junkie 35 is in the chat. Hoping everybody has a good fucking day. Yep.
What up?
So, Seth, where do you like to go safari? And what are your favorites these days?
Craigslist. Keep it local and easy for me. Watch the item and see if it sticks around for a while, and then break it down. Or if I'm going somewhere, if I'm gonna go to Santa Cruz and I know I'm going there, then I'll look that spot up. Or if I know I'm going to Sacramento. Actually, I'll tell you this, I haven't been to Sacramento in a while, but there's a couple guitars. Like if I was going there for my for Sarah's brother who lives there, if we were gonna go visit and stuff, I would have a couple of Safari emails to send to try to meet up with people for a couple of guitars that I had my eye on for a while. But lately, man, I haven't been buying anything. I'm the guy that's like got too much stuff as it is. So I'm just like, and I've had a lot, like my collection of my core items are such of the quality that you don't necessarily need to go looking for much more.
Yeah, and I'm in that phase where I'm starting to weed out my lesser guitars unless they have a really, important emotional attachment.
Yeah, get a better stable, right? They'll always upgrade the stable. So me having what I have as my guitars is a good enough collection to not really feel like I need to go looking. Hell, I don't play my Carbon. I need to break that thing out and just play it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not at a place where I'm really actively looking, but if I see something that you can't pass up, then
no, I get it. I know. I look for that. I look for one of the guitars that I had my eye on that was in Sacramento, and it's gone. It's not on the net anymore. Yeah, and it was beautiful.
You always have that list in the back of your mind of some of the guitars you want to have before it's all said and done, and you're always. I think you always are kind of looking for them in some degree.
There's one Carbon for $800 in San Francisco right now that is beautiful. We pulled it up on the show live, and I'm just like, I just don't. I could probably talk him down to $6, but if I could get it for $6, I should probably buy it. But I just don't have extra $600 to where it wouldn't be irresponsible.
That's true. That's true. Well, BC Rich says his best guitar deals come in the winter. He stays his trip and falls on the sidewalks outside the local guitar centers, and then I offer
perfect.
You have to sue if they give me a new SG.
Right. Exactly. Oh, my back. Oh, my neck. But I'll take this SG right here. Nice. Kirk Douglas.
Yeah.
Give me a Kirk Douglas 3 pickup SG.
Let's see. So folks are just kind of talking back and forth a little bit and saying hello to each other. Let's see. Ben says prices are really high where he is right now. Used stuff is getting 80% of new.
Wow.
So his market is not as saturated as what you're seeing and I'm seeing.
Well, I think he's just saying price. I bet you that the market is still saturated, but everybody's trying to get a high price now. Like I noticed that too. Like the prices are kind of silly.
Oh, all the prices are silly, but when you start talking, then they start dropping. But Ben's a pretty savvy guy, so they're probably not moving.
Right. Yeah. And just let them sit and things will sit. You know, the tastes will change. It'll hopefully become like beer became. There was a time where 99% of the country drank, one of the two main Budweiser or Miller, right? Or Coors, Miller, or Budweiser. And now, what do people drink? Their local breweries beer a lot, right? And so I think the guitar, hopefully, this is kind of what I'm banking on anyway. I really hope it happens, is that the guitar market goes the same direction, and that people that are playing locally are going to want to get their guitars locally. And of course, you're going to have your Fender and your your Gibson and all your stuff, but then in your stables, you will also have local guitar builders. Then you'll be able to get them, hopefully at a price that isn't crazy, right? That isn't $4,000, because most people can't do that.
Well, it's one of the reasons why I like to grab unique guitars when I get a chance, because they will hold their value when there's 9 million of the same model out here, and then you got something that's a little bit unique.
Right.
It's like, so not everybody can say they have that.
Didn't you Safari lately?
I might. A fellow might have.
Well, is a fellow going to talk about a fellow's might haves?
Or
is a fellow not talking about a fellow's stuff?
Comment here, because he said he wouldn't mind to have a bomb wingman. He played one of their custom shops, and it was one of the best feeling guitars he's held.
Well, there you go.
Original Series 1 was really nice, he says.
A Bon?
A bomb wingman. He just came out of Guitar Fest in Mannheim, Germany, so he might have been where that was picked up and played. And Jason said he's got a camera and a lens to sell off himself. He needs an ATA Mini for his live multicam setup. So,
hold on, say that again. I got a camera, lens to sell off.
So this is selling some camera gear in order to get what he really wants.
Oh, okay. All right. Which is a multicam live setup, so that he can be playing live and it'll switch to different spots, maybe on a foot switch or something cool like that.
Or just to be able to do the like a picture-in-picture kind of thing, perhaps.
I think I need that to record my breakdance moves.
Okay. We've got to start all over because Randy just came in, so you know how he loves the show, and we probably should just start all over again.
We'll start over. Fucking Guitar Safari is back.
So this is like the guitar guy answer, right? Running late to answer the question. Unless I see something I have to have,
right?
I'm good for now.
Well, yes, I get it. Unless I see something that's shiny. Oh, I need that. That's how I am. But I've been looking at kits to build. So I'm not just looking at guitars I'm going to go and get. I need to still do work. So.
And BC Rich says, wow, typically top of market is 75% for the fast selling brands, Gibson, Fender, PRS. So I guess that's a response to Ben's earlier statement of, everything being about 80%.
Right? Yeah. 80% of new. That's crazy. I don't know who's paying that. Not me. No, because I see it. People put Squires up that cost $150, and they're like, "Oh, this one I want $125." No.
Well, apparently the market's pretty flooded where Michael Krause is, because he says his and David Chase's favorite store is only taking in used if you're buying something. So no cash for gear until they can walk into their warehouse.
Whoa. So that just goes to show they've got a warehouse they can't walk into. So, but I mean, there's a lot of good stuff out there. They probably have a lot of good stuff that'll end up hopefully being profitable for them, but that's still a warehouse.
This sounds interesting. Gear Junkie's in the garage now, working on some rainbow candy. Flavor of the day.
Rainbow candy. Nice.
That just sounds like something else.
No, it sounds like rainbow candy. I mean, I don't know.
And Kush has got a confession. He says it's time for a new guitar, perhaps one with a Floyd on it.
You know, I need to build a Floyd. I was looking at bodies the other night. There's some good sparkle bodies now with Floyd routes in them. I was thinking,
Yes, Bo, I'm working on it, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm way behind in the chat.
Oh, well, you're slacking on the scrolling. A scrolling in the slacking on a scroll. Yeah, how can we be funny if we don't have the preloaded material that's given to us by the geniuses in the chat who noticed that Presley doesn't read? Okay. What do we got?
Scott says his teacher has 2 original steel Floyd Rose blocks like Ed's, and he's sending them to him. Wow.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Nice to have as many cool parts as you can have laying around because it's fun to put them together. Totally.
So Josh is here late, but he had a kid that did not want to go to sleep. Well, that's all right, Josh. Family's important, buddy.
Yep. I had only one kid turn into a snot factory today, and that was a good day for me. One kid had a meltdown. I don't feel good. Kindness.
Michael Krause is talking with Ben and says a double Nate Dano for $450. Is that acceptable? It's Metal Flake.
Anything Metal Flake that's 300, that's under 500. Let's say anything Metal Flake under 500 sold. Right.
And Scott Brockway, he said Ben finally found a use for a DoD super distortion. Works great on bass. So,
oh, that's cool.
There you go. Something you can do with your DoD super distortion. Hook it up to your bass guitar.
If you have one.
That's right.
That stuff is not good for you. What, the bubbly water? It's in a Kramer 6000. Oh, dude. Steve. So I think you may have heard that was my guitar that I got in 6th grade for getting all A's, was a Kramer, just like Ben's red Kramer 6000 with a Floyd. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, Mitch Heyman's made his way. Mitch Heyman are going live after us at 9:00.
Come on. Yeah. What is happening, Mitch? Son of a Mitch, has he been here a long time?
Wait, I think that's where I think he's just made his way in.
Does Mitch have any sons?
Of course, that was at 8:21, so I'm about 10 minutes behind in the chat.
Oh well, I'm sorry. Does Mitch have any sons? Because that if he does, they are a son of a Mitch.
They're a son of a Mitch. So, FYI, Earl says in November there's going to be a free firmware update for Tone X. This will bring 8 new effects, 2 delays, chorus, flanger, tremolo, phaser, rotary, with tap tempo and a new spring reverb.
I am updating my firmware this weekend, Charles. You know what that means? Going to Target and buying new underwear. That's my new firmware. It's going to be nice. It's going to grip right there and on the under. Give me that.
So Termian 45 is saying, if you get one, I'll get one. So let's do it. And I wish I knew where that was talking about.
Guitar Safari tattoos is what he's obviously talking about. Yeah, it looks like you guys are on deck. Mm-hmm.
And so Hobo Roadie says he shared a couple of things, but he's not looking to be shed of anything yet. He counted about 24 by 12s the other day, and one more with another one on its way.
Nice. But that's a good investment because even just the wood, I think I said that a while ago, buy as many as you can. If you got space, that's a good investment.
Mm-hmm.
Tonex is about to make it. I mean, they have been claiming for a while, right? Some stuff that some uses that have never been quite delivered upon, right? So that's going to be great that they're finally catching up. But sometimes you got to sell your abilities to get to a point, to get the chance to try to get to the point. So.
And Randy Crook says music for Facebook will be starting after this show with the Beatles' White Album. So that is going to be his album that he's going to start off his music journey with after our show tonight.
Now, Randy, because I have avoided Facebook kind of because of my family members that I have. Some of them might and do live in Florida. So I just avoid Facebook pretty much. But are you saying that on Facebook you're sending out songs, hey, listen to this song, listen to that song for the evening, or a list, or what?
Yeah, he tends to every Friday night to kick off his weekend. You know, he kicks back and relaxes with a drink and maybe something to smoke and listens to his favorite album. Listen to some of his favorite music, and he only listens to what he actually has on hand, like physically, whether it be a CD, an album, or whatever, right?
Like the Guitar Safari ending theme song over and over. Yeah, I get it.
Over again.
Okay, yeah, that's
and so the first selection tonight is going to be the White Album, and then sometimes people suggest things, and if he's got it, he pulls it out and he'll play it for himself, and kind of running conversation.
Yep, I live in California. We're too woke. I don't think we're allowed to play that album anymore.
And Ian's Guitar Shack is here. He's saying hello, and Seth, Ian's going to be the guest on Chatting with Charles this Sunday.
You're damn right.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, wait, before you know it, Ian's going to upgrade. It's going to be like Ian's Guitar Apartment.
Ian's Guitar
Ian's Guitar freaking nice house. Then it'll be Ian's Guitar Paradise. Yeah. Dude, Ian, you're doing something right.
This Josh guy's got a move, and he's got a move going here, and he says, I bought an Explorer case.
That's good. Buy as many cases as you can because you can fill them up later.
Mm-hmm.
And they're moving it for you for free, right? So buy them now and let them move them.
So Blue Mox says now that he's over 55, he can get that senior discount going.
Nice. Yep. Is it 55? Man, all right. My brother's close. I'm close. I'm going to be 5 years off. But I'm going to be 25 years off of retiring. How'd that happen? Oh boy.
So going back to where Ben says those prices, and it's those prices, they are selling at high prices where he is too. So not only are they asking for those high prices, but they're getting them.
That's funny because I guess you're right because stuff is moving, and I'm not sure what the money that they're getting them, the end money, but yeah, that's interesting. Stuff does seem to be moving.
Yep. And Guitar Man 45 says, in private used area, sadly, you need to find the right person that really needs to sell and may be desperate in order to get that deal. That's true. It is true.
I hate to think of it as desperation. I just think of it as poor timing. Like they had something that had better value.
They've got an itch they want to scratch. I get, often there's something that they want to buy, so they need to let go of stuff to get that. Or sometimes you just need the money too.
Yep. People get offended when they've got stuff already in their opinion. They're like, got it up. It's the least they'll take. And then you hit them. Oh, I'll give you $220 for something they had up for $400. And they're like, you're an asshole. Like, I know. I am. I'm sorry. Yes. Thank you for reminding me.
If I'm offering lower than what significantly lower what they want, so I always ask, would you consider, rather than saying, well, I'll give you this.
Right.
It's a little bit nicer. It goes a little farther.
Totally.
Randy said doesn't let a lot of stuff go. He's got 26 guitars, 7 amps, and a dozen plus pedals. And so maybe he is a bit of a hoarder.
Yeah, no, that's just about right. I think I was 19. I sold one down to 18, I think now. I got a bite on the Mustang. Somebody was digging that, so we'll see.
There you go. And Unbelievable says he wouldn't mind another Framus Panthera. Why not?
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. Yes. Who wouldn't mind that? I mean, that sounds amazing.
See, Hobo Roadie apparently has discriminating taste because the last 2 amps he bought were discontinued because nobody else was stupid enough to buy them.
But were they just too loud? They're big powerhouses. So, well, that's good though. No one else has them. You do.
And so Martin is saying Baum is a Danish guitar manufacturer. The production series is made in Indonesia, and the QC is done in Denmark, as well as the final finish touches and setup.
Perfect. Then you know you're getting good. You're getting the goods.
And Matt from McCall Music, he says, sorry I'm late. Actually, he's always on the hunt, but at this point in his collection, everything is over 2K and harder to pull the trigger on.
Yep. And then you get to a point where everything that you would want has to be at a certain level. That also slows your roll, right? At the beginning, you're less expensive, so you're like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want that. And then you get on in your life, and you get 20 years into your thing, and you know, then you have your dad's guitar, and you have the guitars that you always wanted, and then you're like, okay, well, what do I really want? And so I went through that journey. I pared down a collection of like over 20 guitars that were all specific, like, you know, one of the GNLs that was that had a Leo signature on the inside of the
neck. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
No, that one you remember was the blue one that was only Leo's wife's signature on the COA, which is cool. But you know, but all guitars have to go on. You can't, they can't all be kept because they're cool. I got my favorites, got my dad's, got my brothers, you know.
Yeah.
But you didn't have, I mean, you need to grow some people have been saying, you've been such a Telecaster guy for so long. It's just something was wrong with you. I knew something was wrong. No, Telecasters are awesome. I mean, I now have one on my upstairs, my 2 guitars that are sitting there. One's a Tele now, a true Tele.
Yep. So. Well, Guitar Man 45 says recently he's seen the Rev anniversary pedals from what he's seen. He likes, of course, Motor City is going to send him the demos.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah. Try them out.
And hopefully he'll report back and let us know.
I wish I had the opportunity to really need to use those things and be going to gigs and like use a Rev pedal and plug it in and go straight into the board. That'd be fun. I've got a fly rig somewhere. It's cool.
So BC Rich is responding back to L&M Guitar Corner, talking about, should those 2 designs be mixed? Have you owned a Gibson Explorer and thought that it really needed to have 2 giant single coils with a long scale?
Nope. I don't know if I would 2 giant single coil, 2 P90s. That'd be neat.
So Steve says he likes Ben's Kramer, and of course Ben says, I like Ben's Kramer too.
Yep, I like Ben's Kramer. I like it. I had one. That's another one that I got rid of. I went and found one and sold it. Kramer 6.
Well, this is back a while ago, apparently. And Sagat says that Ben's Focus 6000 videos are how he found his channel. True story.
True that. Oh, that's killer. Yeah. Good old Focus 6000.
I got you, Bo. See, this is what happens when you get this far behind in the chat. But we were using the chat, so we were, having conversations. But he's like, so if I buy that Blue Gretsch Nashville with the gold trim, then he'll go ahead and get one too.
Oh, I get it. Okay, all right.
And here's Mesa Guitar Guy making his way in. Hello,
what up, Mesa? I was playing my Mesa, got my Mesa all going nice again. Got it all set up. Set up for humbuckers. Ready to go. What did that say?
Well, Ben, because most of your comments are throwing you under the bus. I'm just saying.
Most
He
Ben's
says I'm
comments?
skipping most of his comments as usual.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. I that's why you're in control of the chat. You got the chat going.
So Ryan's back in the chat. He's watched us on 2 times the speed in order to catch up.
That's got to be incredibly annoying. I mean, I'm annoying at slow speed. I can't
He's probably
imagine.
already done because we missed.
Okay, thank God. That's got to be scary. It's caught up, hopefully. Are we all the way up to the top of the chat?
No, I am still so far behind. I'm trying to find stuff that
Oh, I see. You're going through the topic related what people have found recently in their guitar safari journeys, or what you've sold or purchased.
Exactly. And so Malcolm Music is saying it's not hoarding, it's preserving.
I've had a thought recently that I should just do these kid guitars. Do a bunch, like a whole series of kid guitars, because that's something that there isn't a good a bunch of good kid guitars out there that like are killer, stay in tune. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see enough of that thing. I want to play that fabric top more. I love it.
And see,
but you have so many guitars. I get it. I love
it. And he's here.
Mm-hmm. Boom, and he just he appears. Gretsch.
Blue Mox, I don't have a website. I do everything through the YouTube channel.
Okay. And eventually when he catches up, which will be never, he'll put them on reverb. But if he ever gets ahead, so they sell too quick. That's what happens when you sell them too quick.
Mm-hmm.
They never get to reverb. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, check in with me. Give me a call. Sunday in the afternoon might be great. 5 o'clock Pacific when I'm leaving work would be perfect.
Well, I think it's probably about time, Seth. You asked me a question earlier.
I did. I was actually going to harass you and kind of pull. I thought that you were just like laying low on it, so I didn't want to blow you up. But now
I am, but that's beside the point.
Oh, I was, yeah, okay, all right, because I was leaning towards the fact of like that you have now broken into a category that is something that our chat will be excited about.
Yeah, there's something I've had my eye on for a little bit, and I was talking to a friend, and when I told him the price that it was, he's like, "You're a fool if you don't buy it now." And so, and that was about 2 weeks ago, I think, when we had the conversation. And so the other day I went by my favorite pawn shop where they know me and where I've bought several of my guitars. And
but he wasn't planning on buying. He was just to look.
I wasn't planning on buying anything. I was just going to check on price.
Yep.
And so I sat there and I picked up this guitar and I played with it for a while. And it was every bit as good as I remembered it being. And it's something that I've been wanting to have in the collection for some time because, I'm kind of growing a little bit as a guitar guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, well, what can you really do on it? And they hit the price.
That you had to do it.
They hit the price and I couldn't say no. I tried to say no.
Well,
I almost walked away.
Oh, that would have been dumb. That would have been a terrible thing. Because they probably at that price, if they would have let anybody else in on it, they would have sold it immediately.
Ryan, I haven't done that yet. I do have enough woodworking skills to probably do it.
To do what?
He's saying if I'm able to fill pickup cavities and route new ones. If I did, I would want to use a template.
Yeah, so filling the it totally can be done. Anything can be done. Something like that, Ryan, if you want something done perfectly like that, I would send it to Jeff Luttrell at Sonoma County Guitar Works. You can ship it to him. He's in Petaluma. He can do anything that you want to be done and make it perfect.
If it was me doing it, it would be a first time for me doing it.
Yeah, like, but anything can be done. Anything can be done. But you just have to make that piece of wood fit perfectly. And then you have to do a bunch of blending perfectly. And you have to be into it. But yeah,
So,
you could do it, Charles. There's nothing you can't do, but you just would have to do it.
It would be take some time, I'd have to grab some more tools.
Well, yeah, you'd have to do 3 guitar tests before you ever did the customer's guitar. I would have to, I mean, it would be so much work involved, but then you'd leave with a whole amazing skill that you might never use again. You know?
Yeah, that is true. But Ryan, the whole thing about it is that fabric will show a whole lot of discrepancies in the body if you don't get it perfect.
Oh, but here's what I would do. I would just veneer the top. I would veneer the whole top right over, do the new routes that you want. I don't know if you want to go smaller than the current route or bigger than the current route, but if you want to go bigger, then you're just, anyway, and then veneer the whole top and then fabric it. Right.
So you want to see what we picked up?
Yeah, of course I do. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go talking veneer and fabric. I want to see this.
All right. So a fella,
it's not a telly. Well, it's a different shape telly.
Right. It's not quite a telly, but it's in the same family.
Nice dark rosewood.
This rosewood is incredible. It's so dark, it's almost like ebony, right?
It's very dark. Yeah, it's nice. That juicy rosewood.
But
it doesn't need to be treated.
Really special for me. You see that trim cover? I mean, the trim slot? Not the trim
slot. Small. Do you mean the truss rod slot?
Truss rod adjustment, right?
Yeah, we do see it, and it does look small, and it does have the little walnut cap.
You see the walnut inlay, yeah, because
it's a classic 70s headstock. It looks like, right? The bigger headstock.
So this is my first American Fender.
Nice.
And so
Corona, California, dude.
California on the back.
They dipped it in almond milk, obviously.
Dipped it in almond milk. And it's just beautiful, really light, pale green.
Oh wow, yeah, very cool. Yeah.
Right. And and then it's got the mint 3-ply pickguard on it.
Perfect.
And it's and like you were talking about, the really dark fretboard, rosewood fretboard on it
with clay dots. Are the dots on the neck clay, or are they?
Yeah, they're clay. They're not. Yeah. So this is a huge deal. Matter of fact, I'm going to be in so much trouble with this, and so we're going to start clearing out some of the more inexpensive guitars.
Yeah, I think you might do okay at those because, just like Ben was saying, now might be a good time to sell a bunch of inexpensive stuff and get full 80% out of it, and show, and just change around your stable a little bit.
Yeah, well, yeah, Ben's right. I just snagged this up yesterday. I was on my way home from work, and it was a long, hard day, and I decided maybe I could, maybe if I stop by the pawn shop, I can look at stuff and see what else is there. And it would go ahead and kind of make my day a little bit. Well, I went in and asked the question, and they gave the wrong answer. Well, or the right answer, depending on how you.
It may have been a point where their boss was like, "Look, we have stuff in the store, and we need money in the store.
Exactly.
Anything that you can get to leave that becomes money, here's what our rock bottom was, and if you take 10% less than that, and you get the money, you're still doing a good job because you need to make money."
And we ended up getting a really good deal because Ben said to me when I was looking at it at 880, you should pick it up for that. It won't stay. And so when I wandered in, it was still at 880, and I asked the question, and they said you can have it for $700 out the door.
Oh boy.
I thought about it for a whole 45 seconds, turned around, tried to walk away, couldn't. I said, okay. And so at 700 out the door, it works out to somewhere around 646 before taxes.
Right.
So
And for an American fender.
For an American Strat.
Which kind of shows the market right now. I mean, although you had a specifically fantastic situation where everything aligned and you were, kind of gifted, but it does show a glimpse into the market that they were in that position to like go ahead and just move it to make cash flow happen. Which is, it's good that things are moving and that people are buying and that, people are still stoked on it. Maybe these big ass factories will slow down a little bit on their, making, as long as they're making good guitars. And I bet somebody had that guitar, had their hands on it and got it set up.
It is not got a lot of indications of being played a whole lot, right? I mean, because the finish is perfect. The body's absolutely perfect. There are no real marks on the frets from the strings. Matter of fact, the only wear that there seems to be on it at all is where the guitar neck sits in a hanger. And there's scratches on either side where that does. So to indicate somebody had it on a really bad hanger.
They just hung it up and just let it hang and just looked at it and didn't play it. But what a good score. And then you can probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, pop those out with the
that iron and steam trick. Yeah.
Iron and steam trick and see, But and the finish on that neck is not like a super gloss finish. It seemed like it was a satin gloss, like a light satin on that neck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that should be easier to pop out that mark with light satin than with like a high gloss.
Yeah, and it's in the back of the neck is gloss, but where this is, there's no gloss on it. It's like
okay, yeah,
it's good. Michael Cross says the same thing happened to him with his American Pro 2 Jazzmaster 1100, barely used, couldn't leave it behind.
Yeah, Jazzmaster for that.
And Ben's offering me some advice here. He says I need some pickup, some pinup girls decals on it.
Okay, all right. I was gonna suggest the flying unicorn, the pink flying unicorn, like I've got on the Telecaster, but just personal preference.
And Bo is saying, Ben, Charles is counting on that. You might have an extra pinup.
So now you get to plug that Strat into your classic, PV Classic.
It got plugged into PV Classic today.
Yeah. Okay. So and use those middle positions to slow down the noise and have some fun. No, I mean the 2 and 4.
BC Rich, why not pinup voice? We don't discriminate. Oh,
you need pinup Seths on it, is what Terry.
That was what, Terry had said that.
It could be a perfect cherub, right? And just have the little poof, the cloud covering the donger,
And Ben is thanking BC Rich for that mental image.
Oh, no one's thankful for that. That's my eyes.
Oh no,
but they might sell Guitar Safari.
I tell you, but no, it was something that I didn't really see coming because I wasn't looking necessarily to buy it. I was just watching the price and kind of dreaming, right? Okay, maybe I can afford this. And
you deserve it. You're parking your money. You get a grand.
I mean, it's basically what for $700. I should be able to get that back no matter what.
You should be able to get 1,000 out of it, like a quick, almost walk away.
So, Seth, it is 9:00.
Oh, yep.
And as Ryan is delicately putting it, Mitch and Charles were on tonight, and I don't want to make them later. So, everyone, thank you
Mitch,
for
Charles Have fun. Everybody go on over there. If I can get away with it, I will go upstairs and log on to it. We freaking love you guys. Seth, with the flag, would make it the guitar priceless. Yes, it would, with the right flag. I will hopefully have a picture to show the chat next week that it will scar everybody's mind. It was taken in my 20s.
Everyone have a great evening. Don't forget Simon Hosford on Ben's channel on Sunday.
Simon Hosford, don't forget. Listen to the whole song, guys. Come on. We can see whether or not you log off. And I know where most of you live. And so
have a great weekend. And we will see you on Sunday.
Come on, people. Charles and me. About to take you on guitar. Turn on your computer, turn on your phone. 'Cause it's about to go down. One volume, one tone. Yeah, Charles and me. We're about to take you on guitar safari. Turn on your computer.